Howdy, friends and floorheads. A somewhat last minute Sunday night Call of Cthulhu game. Nick, usually on like, hey, McBluff, usually on a weekly basis says, hey, Craig, why aren't we playing role playing games? And
Guilty.
this time I was looking at the schedule and I'm like, you know what I've always wanted to try to do is I've always wanted to try to do a one-on-one, which I've never, this will be the first time in all my time playing games that I've ever done one-on-one. And there's a book I own called Does Love Forgive, which has got two scenarios that are one-on-one scenarios. So they're meant for one keeper, one player. And this Mask of Desire was one of the adventures in there. I thought that the characters and the premise were really interesting. For those of you that are familiar with this adventure, you're going to see some changes. There's some things that I wasn't crazy about and changed. And I don't know. How you feeling, Nick?
I'm excited and scared all at the same time. I mean, I don't have other people to piggyback off of, so we'll see what happens.
All right. So I say we just get started.
Let's do it.
All right. So let's do that. So we fade in from black and we see the Manhattan Bridge. New York City. It's the bridge that connects Brooklyn to Manhattan. White lettering comes up at the bottom of the screen that says New York City, November 1921. 1921 New York. Prohibition is over a year old now. We haven't quite seen the mob start to really flex its muscles yet. Things are still being smuggled in by amateurs from Canada and Mexico. We really start seeing organized crime become a huge factor in about a year or so. Babe Ruth just hit his 138th home run. Al Jolson and Paul Whitman and his orchestra dominate the radio waves. And Charlie Chaplin's The Kid is still in the picture houses. Warren G. Harding is president. Albert Einstein just won the Nobel Prize for Physics for his general theory of relativity. The camera comes closer to Manhattan Bridge, and you realize in the center of the screen is a yellow cab. And the camera follows that yellow cab as it crosses into lower Manhattan. We smash cut to the interior of the cab. And we see three people sitting in that cab. On the far left, we see Lucas. Now, he's a handsome man in a very expensive black suit. In stark contrast to that, though, he sports a full beard, where at a time when facial hair was not fashionable. And what's even odder is he's got almost shoulder length black hair, which in 1921 was unheard of. Next to him, sitting in the middle, is Anna. Her hair, in contrast to Lucas, is very stylish. It's short and a stylish bob with very stiff and deliberate waves. And she's got a curl that she has styled onto her forehead. She's wearing a very fashionable flapper dress. To the left of her is Curtis. So, Nick, can you describe Curtis for me?
Yeah, Curtis, tall, lanky, young. He's definitely young. He's got a little bit of a mustache, like he's or a beard, like he's trying too hard, but it's just not working. I think he wants to be just like his good friend over there, Mr. Lucas, but it's just not getting there. He uh, Not much else of note. Kind of the general person. He does have kind of a little kink to his nose, like it's gotten punched a few times, sticking his nose where he doesn't belong. But other than that, he's clean cut and ready for the night on the town as needed.
So, as the music fades down and the episode, nice mug. Show everybody your mug. You can get that on
Find that on
thirdfloorwars.com.
thirdfloorwars.com.
That's
Use
great.
coupon code Nick Westbrook for my cut, please.
Sorry. Way to break the Call of Cthulhu feel.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, let's go back to the
It's
20.
my fault, not
Sorry.
yours. So as the music fades, see Anna. She looks agitated and she turns to Lucas and she says, Lucas, who exactly is this Madame de Tasson? And why are we going to this party? And Lucas turns to her and goes, look, Anna, do you know how hard it was for us to get you into this party? Madame de Tasson, her parties are the place to be. And if we are going to get you a successful audition tomorrow night, if you're going to become part of Turner's orchestra, you need to hobnob with all of these rich and famous people. And Madame de Tasson is one of my father's clients, and I pulled some strings to make this happen. I even got your agent to be at this. So we're going to go to the party. We're going to mingle. We're going to hobnob with a bunch of rich people, and it's going to make it a little bit better and a little bit easier tomorrow for you to get this job. Curtis, tell her this is the smart move.
Anna, come on. I'm there for you. This is the right move. This is what we've been planning for. You've got the talent. You've got some things you've got to overcome. Let me help you with this. That's why me and Lucas are here for you to help you get where you need to go.
But Curtis, like, don't you think that my singing's enough? Don't you think that that'll? I mean, don't think I'm going to be able to get in front of Turner during the audition tomorrow? And you don't believe in me. I can tell. I can hear it in your voice. I can hear it in Lucas's voice too.
Anna, it's not about that. Sometimes you have to play the politics. This is New York City. This is Brooklyn. This is where the movers and shakers are. You have to be at part of these uh, groups and parties to get anywhere, and this is going to speed that up.
I'm not going to sing, and I hope both of you know that. I have no intentions of singing tonight. And and I depend on both of you that if I get trapped talking to some boring rich person that you'll like save me.
Deal, Anna. Deal.
Anna, if you want to be successful, Lucas says, you're going to have to step up. You have been trying to make it as a singer in this city for 4 years now. You have enough talent, but you have to be ready to make that next step. So the camera fades as we see this somewhat heated discussion happening. We cut back to an exterior of the cab and we watch the cab get onto Canal Street, head up to Broadway. And it pulls up in front of the Ansonia Hotel, which is a very lavish and expensive hotel. A bellman walks, opens up the cab for you. Lucas reaches into his jacket, gives the cabbie some money. The door, Curtis, is open for you. That doesn't happen every day. This is a hotel. She rents the entire top floor. This is where she lives. So we see the three of you walk in to this lavish hotel. Take the elevator up. Curtis, you can just see Anna's, she's on edge. She's very nervous. You know that she's not very good around new people. She's not good with crowds. It's this that's kept her from reaching her dreams. The other thing that's interesting is that, Lucas seems a little sterner than you've ever really seen him be. He's being very harder on Anna than you've ever seen him be before. You get in the elevator and he hits the P, which is the top penthouse. Now, I'm telling you guys, both of you need to know this. Madame de Tasson is kind of a weirdo a little bit. She likes to have artsy people around her. She likes to pretend that she's artsy, but she's kind of just this rich woman. Um, there's gonna be a lot of different people at this party. Um, you just kind of follow my lead. This is a little bit more my lane than it is your guys' lane. And Curtis, you gonna be okay? And hey, look, Curtis, I don't want to see your notepad out. So there's no digging for stories here. There's no story ideas here. I want Curtis the reporter to be still in the cab. Is that all right?
That's fair, Lucas. Yeah, we're here for Anna. That sounds good.
Okay, because if you embarrass me, I swear to God.
Not a problem.
All right. Ding. Elevator opens up. And when you walk out of an elevator in a hotel, you expect a hallway, multiple doors, right? To all the different rooms. That's not what you see here. It opens up to like this little foyer that is beautifully decorated with fresh flowers on a table and one door. Lucas walks up to it. The door flies open, and you see this woman. Maybe she is, I don't know, maybe in her late 40s, early 50s. She is borderline morbidly thin. Like her skin is so tight, and you look at her frail arms and her frail fingers, but there's an elegance and an aura about her. She's got this very prominent nose and really dark hair and very, very dark eyes. And she's wearing a very elegant dress, but on top of her dress, she has got what is obviously a very expensive kimono that's kind of like wearing it almost like a house coat. She goes, "Oh, Lucas, you made it and you brought your friends." Yes, Madame Disson, I thank you for inviting us. Ladies, gentlemen. And you guys look into the room and like, holy shit, this place is huge. In Brooklyn, this would be huge, let alone Manhattan. And you look, Curtis, you look out and you can just see pods of people, right? Different small groups of people. Everybody is either dressed very, very elegantly, in suit and ties, or there's some kind of artsy bohemian people kind of mixed in there. And as Madame de Tasson, ding, 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 she hits her glass. She goes, Look who's here. My lawyer, this is his son, Lucas. Look at him. Isn't he gorgeous? Look at his beautiful, luxurious hair." And she just, without even like asking permission, just runs her fingers through his hair. So bohemian. And this is his two friends. And get this, they live in Brooklyn. Isn't that wonderful? They came all the way here from Brooklyn. So please, come in, come in, come in. I am Madame de Tisson. You just call me Madame. And nervously, Anna puts her hand out and shakes her hand. And oh boy, aren't you handsome? Look at you. Uh, please. And she puts her hand to you, not to shake, right? Just kind of lays it hands down. She goes, "And what is your name?"
Oh, madame, thank you for the welcome. My name is Curtis, and I kiss her ring or her fingers there.
So as you kiss her rings, you look over to her other hand, holding the drink, and you see what initially looks like a long cigarette holder, but it's a little odd at the end. And as you get to her hand to kiss it, Curtis, you smell her hand, and you can smell what you think is tobacco, but there's something else, right? So it's not any type of tobacco you've smelled before. And then you see the smoke wafting off of her cigarette holder, and you can tell, and it's more of a pipe at the end than it is a cigarette holder. There's something else going on there. Um, what do you have skill wise, Curtis? Do you have anything like chemistry, natural world, anything along those lines that maybe Curtis would be able to kind of suss out what the hell he's smelling?
Um, Potentially spot hidden would,
Don't like
but
spot hidden. Do you have anything science wise or anything?
not really.
That's okay. So you just you know what cigarette smokes smells like, right? Cigarettes are everywhere, and this
Mhm.
has tobacco in it, but you can't tell what the hell else you can smell along it. And there is a just a like a hanging cloud of smoke in this room. So it looks like she's not the only one smoking. And the smell, Curtis, that you get is similar to what she has smell the stain and the smell that you have on her hands. So you have never been here before. How about a tour?
Oh, yes, ma'am, that sounds fantastic.
Lucas, you've been here before. Go mingle, go talk to people, and yeah, Anna, I will take you around. I know your agent. I hear you're a very talented singer, but your agent is here, and I'm not sure where Emily is. We'll find her, but look, the two of you come in. So you guys walk into this apartment, and Lucas kind of wanders off. Actually heads towards a group of guys that are all dressed very, very nicely, and Curtis, you've been living with Anna and Lucas for a long time now, for 3, 4 years now. And Lucas like lives this weird double life, right? So he comes from a very respected family. His father owns this very prestigious law firm. He is incredibly intelligent, did very well in school, was accepted to NYU, but didn't go, and just has this dream of being kind of this bohemian artist. And his art's good, but the reason you guys have this beautiful apartment in Brooklyn is because his dad pays for it, right? And you've seen situations where Lucas can shift gears and can hang out with, people that make regular normal living like a reporter, or he can quickly shift gears having grown up in the world of his father and go to a whole group of people wearing suits and bingle with them. Let me start. Oh boy, where do we start? You've never been here before. Let me show you the tapestries. So she takes you over to the one wall, and Curtis, you and Anna see these gorgeous tapestries that are obviously from all over the world, woven. You can, even though you don't know a whole lot about art, you can tell like these are authentic. And there's a couple from like Africa, maybe some from Eastern Europe, but it's dominated by obviously Far Eastern styles tapestries. So I got this in Uganda, and but you can see that most of my stuff, like these all here, these are all Japanese, and I got these when I went to Japan last year. Lovely place, lovely place. And these are Chinese, and notice the difference. Notice how the Japanese, obviously are influenced by the Chinese tapestries, but have kind of made it their own. And these are Vietnamese and Cambodian. Is all very, very different. But these are the tapestries, and she takes you to the next wall. Curtis, like the furniture, everything is just money, 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 money. Just this is without a doubt the nicest residence you've ever been in. So she takes you to a wall of all of these paintings and talks about where in the world she got these paintings. Again, dominated by Far Eastern, so a lot of Chinese, Japanese paintings, Cambodian, Filipino, some India influenced items. There's an entire wall of ancient weapons, which are dominated by a lot of Japanese and swords. And she talks about how, there is much an art and a craft as anything she's shown you so far. Um, Spotted throughout the apartment are these pedestals with these gorgeous porcelain vases, which you can't even imagine what these things cost. So she's telling you all about where she's been here and when then she was there and she grew up here, and she goes, "But you have to see my prize. Come here, come here, come here." So she takes you to around the kitchen to a wall that you couldn't see when you first came in. And it is a wall of masks. Now, during all of this, Anna is clinging very close to you, Curtis. You can tell that this is not her element. She doesn't like this many strangers around her. You've always known this about her. She's clinging very tightly to you, and luckily, Madame seems pretty focused on you. You feel like if if she got any spotlight right now, Anna, it would might cause her to freak out a little bit. So let me show you. So look at these masks, and it is a huge wall, like a 12-foot wide wall of all of these different masks hanging on this wall, and there's some made out of wood that are obviously carved wood with some African motifs. There's some that are made of clay. A lot of like different type of porcelain masks. There's even a glass mask. Again, dominated by Far Eastern style, so you can definitely see the Indies. You can see Japanese and Chinese. And she goes, "Now, Curtis, what did you say you do?"
Oh, madam, I'm a reporter for the uh, Manhattan, not Manhattan. Lo- where am I from? Jesus, I'm sorry, Greg. Brooklyn Gazette. There we go. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't even realize Brooklyn had a paper. Okay. Now, looking at all of these masks, I get a sense that that you're not an art expert. So I'm very fascinated to know which of these is your favorite mask. Can you point to me? Like, is there a mask that really stands out to you that you love?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at that wall. Is there anyone that stands out specifically to me that might be eyeballing me?
I don't know. You tell me.
Uh,
What's a mask that stands out to you?
you know what? I see a mask with like this real shiny cobalt blue glaze over the front of it.
Oh, you like this one. Oh, maybe you are much better at this than you realize. This is a very rare mask, and it's disputed whether this is Chinese or Japanese. And you can notice how it gives a almost a dual coloring. Where you can hold on, we got a spammer.
Oh yeah. Let me just take a sip from my third floor ward's mug.
All right. You have wonderful taste, wonderful taste. You'll notice how the light shines on this. So it looks from your angle, I bet it looks cobalt blue. But come here, Curtis, come here. And she's like, you feel like she has no boundaries, right? So she's immediately physical with you, and she says, "Come here, come here, come here. Look now. If you see it from here, do you see how you see the green? See the green?
Oh yes. Holy moly.
Oh, but we come back here, and you see the blue again. So whether this is Japanese or Chinese, I do not know, but I will tell you that it is the only mask on this entire wall that I don't know the history of. I could tell you exactly which any of these masks were made, what part of the world they're from. This is the only one in dispute. So, Curtis, bless you. This is an absolutely wonderful choice. Now, Miss Anna, you're an artsy person, right? Which mask do you like? And she goes, and she kind of looks at you, and she goes, I like the same one. I like the same one. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, here, neither of you have a drink. Neither of you have a drink. And here, come with me. Come with me. So she follows you through back into the main room. Everybody's just kind of chatting and discussing and talking. And, there's music playing. There's obviously a phonograph in the background playing some music. People, nothing real loud, nothing too crazy. She walks you to a corner of the room, and there she says, "Now, do either of you smoke?" And Anna says, "Oh, no, 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 no. For my voice, I can't smoke." Curtis, do you smoke?
No, ma'am. No, I, I grew up in a house with smokers. I have a hard time uh, inhaling that anymore.
Well, I hope that, I mean, everybody here smoking. I hope this doesn't bother you.
Oh, for you, I will deal with it. No worries, Miss
Well,
Madame.
now, if you change your mind, here, and she points to this gorgeous box on this table that's kind of like this red shiny like lacquer on it. She opens it up and she goes, this is South American tobacco. much better than this American tobacco that we get from the South. This is unbelievable tobacco. So if you wish to have a cigarette rolled, I will have one of my men make you a cigarette. This is phenomenal. But, and this is so special, she closes that, and there's like this jar that's next to it, smaller. This, now this comes directly from the Far East, and it will make you feel so good. Tell me, Curtis, have you ever had opium?
I
Comes
kind
from
of
the
look
poppy
over at
plant.
Anna. She's
And
looking
it's
at me.
just
Okay.
like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Uh, no, no, ma'am. I have not.
I can get you a pipe, 2 inhales of this wonderful opium. And I'm telling you, it relaxes you. You'll be able to enjoy all the fun that we're having here. I realize you don't smoke, but please, if you change your mind. Okay, enough of
Yeah,
this.
I
Enough of
appreciate it.
this. You
Thank
know,
you.
if you change your mind, tell one of the men that are serving drinks that you would like either a pipe or a cigarette. They'll take care of you. And Miss Anna, this I agree that tobacco is a terrible thing for your voice, but this opium will could potentially open up your throat a little bit and can make you sing even better. But I'm being rude. I am completely occupying your time, and there's important people here that I know would love to talk to people who live in Brooklyn. So here, come with me. Come with me. So she brings you over to kind of this group, and you see 2 older men talking. One older man is kind of graying hair. He's got this tweed suit on with a bow tie. Next to him is another man of obvious Asian descent. I don't know, Curtis, if you know exactly where he's from, but dressed very smartly, obviously in a business style suit. And she walks up. She goes, "Okay, Professor Niner and Mr. Kazadboro, I need you to meet 2 of my good friends. This is Anna Conrad. She's a very accomplished and talented singer. She's up and coming. She is so wonderful and talented. And this is Curtis
Ellison, ma'am. Curtis
Ellison,
Ellison. I'm
my good
sorry.
friend Curtis Ellison. He is a be careful, he's a reporter. Like you could say things and it could be in the paper, and you won't believe this. There are papers in Brooklyn now. They have their own newspapers, and he writes for them. But enjoy this. Uh, the professor here, he teaches at Columbia, and he is as often advises me on a lot of the relics that I bring over. He has a specialty in Far Eastern cultures as well as Far Eastern arts, and I have to tell you, Mr. Kanzaburo here is a bit of a rival for me because he is also a collector, and sometimes he and I fight over which of the relics we're going to get. But we are good friends, aren't we? Aren't we, Tanaka? Yes, of course we are, Madame. Okay, the 4 of you have fun. And she kind of floats off, and if the way she moves, she just floats. Professor goes, um, Curtis, right?
Yeah, Professor. Yeah,
And
Curtis Ellison.
and you're a reporter?
Yeah, I'm not here to on any kind of story. I'm here to support my friend here. Just happy to enjoy the festivities from the Madame.
Okay, and how do you know the madame?
Actually, through a close friend, my friend over there, and I point to Lucas. Uh, his father is an attorney for him for
W-
Madame.
Oh, what is Lucas's last name? Is it Reston?
Yes, yes, sir.
Oh, he's Peter's son. Oh, okay. Now this makes
Oh,
a considerably more sense why you're here. Um, Well, I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful for you to be a part of this group and this lovely woman.
oh, yes. This is Anna Conrad. Yeah, Anna, say hi.
She kind of has her eyes down. She says, "Hello, hello." Well, you're a lovely woman. Don't you think you, Tanaka? And yes, yes, she's lovely. She's lovely. Well, let me bring you in on the conversation. Tanaka and I have a bit of a disagreement. Now, of course, I study Far Eastern Studies over in Colombia. I teach it, of course. And he is very much against what is happening in China right now. He is Japanese, so that taints things a little bit, of course, and he thinks that the embracing of communism that's happening in China right now is terrible. And I say, well, your country has been invading China for how many centuries now? It's about time that the Chinese. And Tanaka says, Professor, I think we have discussed this. I don't wish to discuss it any further. I've been polite, and I don't want to subject these two people to this. Uh, uh, Tanaka, that's fine. Curtis, what do you think? What do you think of communism?
Oh, well, Professor, I think I'm smart enough to know when not to speak my mind about certain topics. So I don't want to get involved with anything here. But
But you seem so working class, Curtis. I would assume that you have an opinion of the worker versus the bourgeoisie.
sure. But as the worker, I spend more time trying to survive and pay my way as opposed to worrying about what the other part of this world does on a daily
This is
basis.
exactly what I've been talking about, Tanaka. Hear what he's saying? Hear what he is saying, how repressed and how the system is standing on his throat, Curtis. And the sooner that China embraces communism and the sooner that Japan follows in his suit, the better off the workers will be. And it won't affect us. The bourgeoisie will still be the bourgeoisie, but we will have more equality. And more often, we would have people like Curtis here and Anna here at parties like this. We could all live this way. There's no reason for us. And it just kind of drones on, right? As he's explaining the glory and the beauty of communism. Curtis, I would imagine, are not super interested in getting too involved in this conversation. You're getting a sense of the tension. You can tell this Mr. Tanaka is being polite, but that the wick is burning on his patience, as this goes. And as your eyes are darting around, you don't recognize anybody at this party. This is, again, not the type of circles that you're familiar with. You do see Lucas approach Miss Madame Titasson at the far end, and you can't really tell what the conversation is about. It's kind of on the other side of the room, but you see her gesture, and she kind of, tries to comfort him a little bit. He seems a little agitated, and you see her kind of wave and take his arm under hers, and they head off to the back room. And you see the two of them go not towards the kitchen, not towards where the bathroom is, which she pointed out to you, more towards the private residence area. You see the two of them head that way and go in and go through the door.
I'm going to look to the professor and Mr. Kezit Morrow and say, gentlemen, it was a pleasure to meet both of you. But unfortunately, Anna and I need to join our friends. It was great. It was a pleasure to meet you. We'll talk soon.
Um, where are we going, Curtis?
Um, and I'm going to slowly kind of walk her away from the two gentlemen and say, I think something's going on with Lucas. Just something's funny. I just want to kind of check in on him.
Don't
Just follow
leave
me.
me. Don't leave me with all of
No,
these
you.
people.
I slowly drag her with me. Said, Anna, you're coming with me. Just stay right by my side.
Okay, okay.
And so I'm
So
going
where
to
you
go
headed?
kind of. I'm heading over in the same direction to that back room. Trying to hear before I start making my way down hallways and doors and.
Well, it's a bit of a hallway, but you saw them go down this very short hallway. You saw them go into this door. So if you're going to be there, it's not far. Like, the door is adjacent to this room, so you're at the closed door.
Okay. Is the restroom nearby to where if I needed a reason for being in this by this door, I'd have it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go
Yep.
eavesdrop.
So, like, put your ear to the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna slowly
Hmm.
kind of stand near that door and see what I hear.
Do you have what skill do we want to use? Do you have a listen?
Yep, I have a listen. Um, Spot hidden. Yeah, probably the listen would be the best thing
Yeah,
here.
I think so. If you're gonna kind of put your other, she goes, Curtis, what are you doing?
I say, Anna, just hold on, and I'm just kind of lean my kind of
I
get
don't.
away from her.
Is this our business? I well, like these are Lucas's people. This is her father's people. I don't understand why you're eavesdropping.
I don't think I wait for a response.
Okay.
I don't respond to that. I'm just leaning in, hoping.
All right, let's
Um,
let's let's do a listen roll, and I don't need a regular success here. You're
okay.
far enough away from the party that the droning of the party I don't think has a huge effect.
What?
Wow. Okay. Your listen is a 40. What is let's see, half of that is 20. Thanks for the bets, Coda. Yeah, so you're gonna okay, so you put your head to the door and you can hear the two of them talking, and you're not able to hear everything. But here's what you pick up. I'll do bits and pieces of both sides of this conversation. You hear Lucas goes, "My father made it very clear that you were going to give it to me tonight." And you can't quite hear like what it is. You see there's some of this is muffled, and you hear Madame de Tesson say, "Lucas, I don't have it now. I will have it in the morning. And it's good that you're here, but I don't know why you're stressing. I will have it delivered to you in the morning. This is nothing for you to be worried about, and it's nothing especially for your father to be worried." My father was very clear. I was to come to this party. You were going to give it to me, and I need it. And if it is not at at my brownstone by tomorrow afternoon, I will tell my father. I don't know why you worry about such things. And you start to hear them come towards the door.
I immediately start walking towards the restroom with Anna. Say, Anna, come here,
What?
come here,
What?
come here, come
What?
here.
But is everything okay?
Yeah, yeah. Let's get some privacy, Anna.
Okay. Well, I have to go. Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the door's locked to the bathroom.
Anybody
Just
in
a
there?
minute. Just a minute.
All right. Oh,
Uh,
we'll wait. Is there
Opens
another
up
one?
and
Okay.
there's it's like a hotel bathroom. Like it's like got four mirrors, four sinks,
Oh shit.
and there's a man, an attendant there. And he goes, "Oh, is this for you or the lady?"
It's for the lady, sir.
One moment. And he like didn't even see the door. He kind of like vanishes like in this door, and this woman comes out and she goes, My lady, please come in, come in." And she kind of looks at you like, what the? It's like, was okay.
Yeah.
And
This must be
door
normal.
closes, right? As that door closes, the door to wherever Lucas and Madame de Tesson were opens up and comes out. Um, Lucas looks as agitated as he sounded as you listen through it, and he shoots you a look, and he goes, "What are you doing, Curtis? I thought you
Oh,
were there's a lot of important people here. We need to get Anna in front of these people. Why are you hanging out here in the hallway?
oh, Anna had to use the restroom. I just walked over here. She'll be right out. Give
She's
her a
a
minute.
she's a grown ass woman. We have to accompany her to the restroom."
Hey, calm down, Lucas. This isn't right. Just calm down. We're here for Anna.
This is tonight's a big deal, right? Do you understand? Do you understand what's at stake here? Like, this is her entire dream tomorrow night. And there are people here that can influence whether she gets this audition or not. And you're screwing around. Like, you want her to fail. I can tell you want her to fail. Is
Is
this because that you guys aren't together anymore? Is that what this is about? And now you want to sabotage her? Because I'll tell her that.
is Madam the Madam in
She's floated
line of
away.
sight? She's floated. Um, Curtis is immediately going to kind of try to stop him in his rant towards him and say, "Wait a minute. I couldn't help but overhear as I was passing by that door over there, that you're here for business with your dad, not for Anna. So don't get your priorities twisted here, sir.
Are you
Th-
eavesdropping on me?
no, but I heard what I heard. You clearly were not trying to be secretive or quiet
I
about it because I
can't
could hear it down the
believe,
hallway.
I cannot believe this, that you're snooping around, eavesdropping on me. I bring you to this party to meet important people that, by the way, good for your career too. And you're eavesdropping on me? Does our friendship mean nothing now? That you don't even trust me?
You weren't upfront about this at the gate.
I can't even with you right now. Like, I'm so mad right now. I can't even talk. And when she gets out here, you are to bring her directly to me. There's people here she needs to meet. No more screwing around. Look at me and tell me you understand.
I'm non-responsive. I just keep staring straight
I
at him.
swear to God, if she doesn't get, and he floats off. And Anna comes out. She's drying her hands with a towel, and she hands it to the attendant in this private home. Hands it to the attendant. She goes, "What is all the yelling? Who are you yelling at?"
Yeah, and Lucas was behind that door, and what I heard from Lucas was that he was here for business with his dad as well. Um, but he is being a true arsehole with me about trying to put you in front of some important people, and I don't like his attitude. I don't like his attitude one bit.
Well, do you think I need to talk to all these people? Like, do you think this will help me tomorrow night? Tomorrow night's a big deal.
Craig,
Like Lucas is smart. Go
would
ahead,
it be
Nick.
possible to use psychology to try to get a sense of this, if there's an ulterior motive, or if I
Yeah, if
should
we
be
want to
weary
rewind a
of.
little bit and do a little psychology, like on Lucas,
Yeah,
I'm good with
yeah,
that.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, let's do it a regular because you and Lucas have known each other for a very long time, like for 5, 6 years now. So yeah, so let's do a regular psych roll.
Oh, on the money.
You've got a 50 and you rolled a 50. So here's what you pick up. Um, Lucas, it's important for Lucas that Anna succeeds. And you've known that, and that didn't change tonight. So when he was talking about, like, tonight's important, it's critical that it does well tomorrow night at the audition, that he meant that. It is important to him. Um, there is definitely something else going on, right? And with the success, it's not, you don't get a sense that it's counter to why you're supposed to be here, if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
So, like, you can tell, like, the urgency he has in Anna meeting these people, circulating with these people, and being successful, might have had something to do with the conversation that was happening there too. So you get a sense that all of this is somehow tied together, though I think initially it felt very desperate, right? Like he came here for an ulterior motive. Somehow in your head, it feels like this is all mingled together.
Okay.
Does that
Okay.
work for a success?
Absolutely. Yeah. It gives me some insight.
So
Um
fast forward again a couple seconds, and Anna says to you, she goes, like, do you think it's important I talk to all these people?
and I do. I do. Although I'm frustrated with Lucas, there are some high rollers. There's some big wigs in this room. Just the quick scan of the room when I walked in, I've seen some people that I've reported on or have taken pictures of. I mean, there's some pretty big people in this room. It won't hurt. It won't hurt at all. My quarrel is with our friend, and we'll figure that out when we get
I
back.
don't like it when you and Lucas fight.
I know, but that's between him and I. It's not about you. We're here for you, Anna. Don't worry about that.
We only have each other.
Absolutely.
It's us against the world. We've said that so many times.
I do remember that, and you have my
So,
word.
will
I
you
will always be there.
go make up with him, please? Like, I don't like it when you guys fight. And you see her like look over your shoulder, and you can tell she has that look of I recognize somebody. And you turn to the left and you see this woman. She's got this long black hair. She's young, like early 20s, um, dressed in a evening gown, without a kimono on top of it, like the madame. And she goes, "Oh, Anna, Anna, you made it." And you have not met this woman, but immediately Anna goes, "Emily, ah, you know what? Lucas said you were going to be here. I didn't realize you were going to be here." So this is Emily Webster, who is the agent that Lucas's father arranged to take Anna on as a client. The only reason she has this audition is because she's one of Emily's clients. Emily is an up and comer, very successful for her age, talent agent within the jazz scene. So even though you've never met her before, you quickly piece together who she is. And she goes, "Oh, can I borrow her for a second? Anna, there's people here we need to meet before tomorrow night. Is it, I didn't know you had a boyfriend." And Anna goes, he's not my boyfriend. He's just a friend. Oh, it's important people know you're single. Can I steal her for a moment?
I look for Anna's visual confirmation if she's okay with it.
She kind of shrugs her shoulders. You can tell that she kind of likes Emily. She's spoken well of Emily. They're of similar age. So she
Okay.
kind of just like non-committally shakes her shoulders. Like, is it okay if I?
Yeah. I grab her by the hand and said, Anna, go do you. Wow these people. I'm here to support you. Let me know if you need me. I'll be visible, ready for you if you need me.
And she and Emily head off. What is Curtis going to do?
Go cry in a corner because she's playing games with me. Bring me back to high school. Oh shit, this is on Twitch too. Joking. Um, oh,
Hey,
I think I'm just
DW Danimal, I saw you in the chat, man. I'm really happy that you had a chance to watch us live, and thanks for coming. Go ahead. So, what is Curtis going to do?
yeah. Curtis is gonna go mingle. He's gonna go make himself known. Kind of, he's got an opportunity to meet people that he otherwise wouldn't get to talk to. Whether he writes it down or not in his notepad, I think he's gonna kind of double dip there while still keeping an eye out, making that priority number one. But
So, everybody was a stranger at the beginning, but at this point, you have obviously known Madame de Tasson, who's talking to a mixed group of men and women, um, more not rich people then and just to give you a sense of this, Curtis, there's like it's like 2 to 1, almost 3 to 1, like three rich person to the token artist or the token person who's obviously not rich, you being one of them. Right? It's definitely dominated. This entire room is dominated. So you've got her talking to a group. Um, Amazingly, the professor and Tanaka are still talking to each other. Um, Lucas is talking to a group of men who you can tell by the way that they're dressed. Definitely some sort of businessmen. They have hats in their hand, and the rest are strangers. So where are we headed?
let's go find a random set of strangers, a pod of a 2 to 1 or a somebody I might maybe fit in with. That's maybe not too eclectic.
That's going to be tough.
Okay.
You definitely don't fit in here.
You know what though? I'm going to put myself out there. Damn, is there something to roll that I could check to see if I'm? Yeah, he's a reporter. He's just going to go find the nearest group,
Yeah.
throw a
All right.
dart
So
on the wall.
you head over to just this group. That maybe is having kind of a little bit of an awkward silence. So maybe it's a good place where you could kind of inject yourself, into that conversation. So you start to head over. Emily has brought Anna over to a group of like 8 men. And she's kind of put Anna in the middle of this group. And, as you get closer, you see, and tomorrow she's auditioning for the Turner Orchestra. And, maybe after a glass of wine or so. And just incidentally, everybody's drinking alcohol, which for a year and a half now has been prohibited. But really, the reality of prohibition at this point is poor people couldn't buy a drink, right? If you were rich, you could definitely get a drink. So, sometime tomorrow, She's got auditioning, so she's droning on and on. Curtis, as you're walking back into like the main room, you hear a loud noise, and it's a just a thud, and everybody hears it, and everybody's heads turns to the front door. You hear it a second time, and the door bursts open, and you can see that none of the deadlocks were on, right? It was just the doorknob lock that was done. And you can see that the casing on the edge of the door that was holding that door, like allows the door to be closed, you can see the wood shattering as it comes through. The door flies open, and this man bursts through the room, and he's got like this feverish, messy hair. He's got this expression on his face that he could be 20, he could be 50. His face is almost like twisted, and he's got clothes on. There, it's not a suit, but it's a decent, nice shirt and slacks, but it's caked with dirt. Absolutely caked with dirt. And he bursts through the room, and everybody's just shocked as it happens. And and he bursts into the room and he goes, "It's speaking to me. It won't stop speaking to me." Let's go to break. We'll be back in 10 minutes. So you see the wood shattering off the door frame, and this man who, looking very quickly at his clothes, you can tell, he could be like middle management, maybe works on Wall Street, but caked with dirt stains. And you can see like dirt, like caked on his boots. His face has got just dirt, and his hair like disheveled. Maybe hasn't. Maybe like if this guy hasn't showered in a week and a half, you'd believe it. And he screams again. He screams, It's speaking to me. It won't stop speaking to me. I you have to take it back. You have to take it back." And glass, you hear glass break, and you realize it's that these guests, many of these guests have dropped their drink, and they're like, oh, like everybody's reaction, and and like whatever like crowding has happened there, like they've given this person a huge wide berth.
Uh, I immediately look at where I saw Anna. What's going on with Anna at the moment?
So she's in this kind of group of men, and she is startled by this, and he, oh, oh, and he walked. He's like stomping himself into the room, and you see one guy who's maybe about your age, dressed very nicely in a brown, very stylish suit, and he walks up and he goes, sir, that you don't. And out of nowhere, his hands were empty, and suddenly this crazed man has a knife. He says, you have to, where is she? She has to take it back. She has to take. And as soon as that knife appears, this guy who was all Captain Mr. Brave suddenly is like, oh, and just kind of like goes, like pushes away, and he's headed straight for Anna.
Uh, in relation, is Anna closer to me, or is the guy with the knife closer to
The
me?
guy is much closer to Anna. He's gonna, regardless of what you do right now, he's gonna get to Anna before you do.
I'm going to try to get there as soon as I can to try to help. I'm going to scream out, "Anna, run, run, run!" and try to go after this guy.
And you see she's frozen. She's like this, and he comes, and he grabs her, and he pulls her to her chest, so her back is touching her chest, and he's got the knife, and he's looking directly at Madame Tisson. He goes, "Take it back, take it back. It won't stop talking to me." And you are a half an action, two action, like an action away from getting there. And he has got this knife to her throat. It's now a hostage situation.
Uh, I'm going to hold off on trying to tackle him or do anything aggressive. I'm going to put up my hands and say, "Stop! Stop! 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 What do you need taken back? What do you need taken back?" Doesn't even acknowledge me.
All right, so look at your character sheet real quick. Is there, what do
Hmm.
we want to use here?
Persuade.
Okay, so what are you persuading him with?
I'm trying to figure out a way of navigating the conversation for him to take down the knife. So I'm trying to get more info. Well, maybe it's I'm trying to get more information so I can try to talk down the situation and get him to release her. Um,
So this is gonna be a hard roll. So I need a hard persuade. So when you click on persuade, it should give you the option to change the difficulty. Choose hard for me,
okay.
dude. Un fuego, a 16 against you needed a 25. You had a 50% persuade. He turns and he goes, I don't need you. I don't need you. I need somebody. I need her. And he points to Madame Tisson. I need her to, to take it back. Give me a spot hidden, a hard spot hidden. All right, that's a fail. There was nothing to see. I just said that out loud.
Oh,
So the only thing that's frustrating about Call of Cthulhu is when they fail a roll. You're like, oh yeah, there was nothing to see. You just failed a spot hidden. So you're darting there, and you stop right in fear that he's obviously has got Anna with a knife to her throat, and assertively as he's focused on you and what you're saying to her, the madame puts her arm across you in the same way that a mother puts her arm across a kid when she hits the brakes, right?
Mhm.
Like that instinct to for the passenger side, even though they're wearing a seatbelt, the maternal and paternal instinct to put that hand. She does the same thing to you, even though you weren't moving forward, and she goes, "Sir, it's going to be okay. Why don't you just come with me back to my room and we can talk about this?" And he just like it all the like the anger and everything in his face just drops and he goes, "Yeah, let's talk about this." And he drops the knife. Give me a psychology roll. Damn, son.
I'm not saying anything about it because it'll screw it up. But go ahead.
Yeah, a 16 on your 50% psychology. Immediately, you can tell like her voice like hit him like a wave. And immediately his demeanor and everything changed. And almost like a person falling asleep, his hand dropped and just his hand relaxed. So he didn't throw down the knife, he didn't drop the knife. His hand just relaxed and his hand just slowly opened and the knife just kind of tumbled out of his hand. And she puts her hand out to him. She goes, Come here, come here. Let's talk." And she takes his arm and Anna's just like, and everybody is just like, "What the F is going on right now?" She goes, "Come with me." And she kind of floats towards the same place where she took Lucas. And Anna's like, and she runs to you, Curtis, with her arms outstretched.
I grab her. I hug her and kind of step away from the situation and get some distance away from this guy.
So Lucas comes up, and in the corner of your eye, you can see the madame takes him into this other room, this man into the other room. Lucas comes up and he goes, "Oh my God. And are you okay? Hey, come here, Anna." And you can see him like gesturing to like replace you, like he wants her to hug him the same way, and she is glued to you, and you can feel like the grip of her hand against your back as she pulls you close, and um, like this is a familiar thing. Like there were times when you and Anna were more than just friends, where she might be, you guys might be out walking the streets of Brooklyn late, and she's easily frightened and easily suspicious, and like you, though I think you both understand you're not supposed to be together. There is still a bond the two of you have, and that you share that predated Lucas. And even though the three of you are the three musketeers going through life right now, she loves you both equally, but you more, right? And she doesn't acknowledge Lucas at all. Anna, come here, come here. It's okay, it's okay. It's safe, it's safe. Curtis, maybe you should check to make sure everybody's okay. That nobody got cut or anything.
Uh, I look at Lucas and say, "Lucas, I'm right where I need to be."
Uh, is she okay? And she's
I
just sobbing on your shoulder. You can feel her tears start to penetrate through your shirt. You can feel the wetness of her tears on your skin.
Yeah, Lucas, it might be time to go. This is
Yes, yeah,
might
yeah,
be too much
of
right now.
course. Look, I'm gonna ring a cab, and he points over to a house phone. Holy shit, a house phone! He puts. I'll ring a cab. I'll ring a cab. Um, get the elevator.
Is he trying to get me to separate from her?
No, he's like the two of you go to the
Okay.
elevator.
Yes. Yes.
I'll
Absolutely.
ring a cab.
And I look over and I say, "Thank you, Lucas."
As you guys head out, Madame de Desson, the door opens, and you don't see this, but you hear her. She goes, "Everything is fine. Everything is fine. He may have smoked from the blue jar. Everything is fine. Uh, Mr. Smith, get everybody fresh drinks. Everybody who dropped a drink, get everybody fresh drinks. And Lucas, where are you going? Lucas, Madame, it's been a long night. This was very scary. Thank you so much. Emily, we'll be at the audition tomorrow, but this has been a lot. He's being very protective and making sure, like, physically putting himself between anybody in the room and the door so that you guys can very easily leave.
Okay.
You get to the door, the elevator, you hit, you're almost carrying Anna at this point, right? I mean, this is like, holy shit, she had a knife to her throat, right? Um, you hit the elevator door. You can see the elevator going up all the floors, getting close to you. Lucas comes through and he closes the door as best as he could, but it doesn't latch because this guy fucking broke the thing, right?
Yep.
He goes, I called the front desk. They're going to have a cab waiting for us. Are you okay?
Uh, yeah, Lucas, I'm fine.
Man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the argument, man. Like, I just felt like you were invading like my stuff, and I don't know.
I get it, Lucas.
I'm
I shouldn't
sorry,
have.
man. I'm sorry. Like,
Me too. Me too.
okay, all right, man. Like,
We're good. We're good. I promise you that. Our
okay,
priority is her. We're good.
all right. Let's get her home. Okay, let's get her home.
Okay.
So let's montage this. Unless there's something you want to talk about in the cab.
Not necessarily. I think it's more just consoling and just letting Anna drive any kind of conversation without trying to drive anything. And just if she has nothing to say, we don't
She
either.
really doesn't. And Lucas, his demeanor has changed, and he is focused on her like you are.
Okay.
And Lucas cares a lot, right? So we see you guys go down there, VIP, like they take you to the front door. There's a cab waiting there immediately, and you guys hop in the cab, and we see the cab take you down Broadway over to Canal Street, cross the Manhattan Bridge, take you back to Lucas's brownstone, where it's a 4-bedroom brownstone, nothing any of you could afford, only there because of Lucas's father. He's paid for the whole thing. You guys go into this brownstone, takes you upstairs, and finally, like, once the door closes, Anna goes, "Thank you, thank you, Curtis, thank you, Lucas. I need to go to bed. Uh, I've got a big day tomorrow. Um, I'm gonna go to bed."
Absolutely. Walk her right to her room.
And she goes to her room. She closes the door. Did I had no idea who that was. Did you know him at all?
No, no. I saw what you saw. Just this crazy guy rushing through the door, broke the hinges right off the door. It was scary. I couldn't believe what I just saw.
I couldn't believe it, Curtis. Thank God Madame Titason was there, like, to calm him down and to kind of separate him out. She is, my dad says that she's incredibly wealthy, uh, and obviously, did you see her demeanor change? How she just kind of like took over this, like she controlled the whole room. Did you feel that?
I really did. Uh, Craig, as a player, would Curtis know about some kind of weird magic things that might happen yet, or Um, I don't want to go down that route if my character isn't aware of that yet.
I'll give me an occult roll.
I was afraid you were going to say that, but then again, never mind. Nope.
So, like, the hair didn't stand up on the back of your arms, right? And, you guys live in Brooklyn, and Brooklyn in 1921 is not Brooklyn in 2022. Um, so, like, you've seen muggings. You may have been mugged, right? You're a beat reporter, so you've covered crime. Um, yeah, like this was just like some crazy person breaking into a rich person's house. It the psychology success that you had earlier tells you how he physically changed, but there's no sense from an occult perspective.
Okay.
Appreciate that, Sean. Thank you. Um, from an occult perspective, you got no sense that like that was happening.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to say, Lucas, I couldn't believe how quickly that man changed his demeanor, and just his hand went limp,
I'm
and that knife just kind of fell out of his hand, not released, just fell.
like
Something
she had to know him, right?
had to. I don't understand. How does what was he talking about? This whole thing
I didn't- I
about
I couldn't even make out what he said. What did he say?
he said it's speaking to me. What is it? Um, and then you have
Jesus.
to take it back.
Maybe
And
maybe he owes her money? Maybe? That doesn't
uh,
make sense.
Lucas, I gotta ask. Can you tell me what you were there to pick up for your dad? Like, you're picking up something.
Dude, you were listening to me.
I heard it from the hallway, Lucas.
Dude, you didn't hear it from the hallway. You don't hear through a closed door the exact words that I said to her. I, like you and I said we were good, but now like you had your ear to the goddamn door, didn't you?
Yeah, I did,
What
Lucas.
the
But hey, hold on, Lucas. I saw your demeanor, and you had a little bit of a spat with Madame, and I was worried about you. That's the honest
Look,
truth.
I
I was
barely
worried about
know
you.
her. And quite frankly, Curtis, like you're not even used to talking to this level of people, right? I am. I grew up in this, and this is none of your business. And honestly, I thought we were better friends than this. I cannot believe that you would put your ear to a door while I'm having a private conversation.
I
I've
think
never asked you for anything.
Curtis is gonna definitely feel that, and feel uh, like he probably crossed the line, and he's gonna Lucas, I'm sorry. No, you're right. You're right. I shouldn't have done it. I'm
Dude,
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have checked that at the door. I was curious, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm going to bed, man. Like if you want to talk about this tomorrow morning, we can. Um, but honestly, right now I don't want to talk about this.
Fair enough.
And he doesn't wait for your reaction. He just
Oh,
goes to
okay.
his room and he slams the door.
Yeah. So I'm alone in the living room. I'm gonna go check on Anna, and see if she overheard what my conversation was with Lucas.
So you had to explain to me what checking on Anna means.
Oh, I'm gonna go kind of knock on her door and say, "Anna, are you still awake?"
No answer.
Right. I'm not gonna bother then. Um, I'm probably just gonna go to bed at this point.
So Curtis, you go to bed. Um, Lots of tossing and turning. But you get some sleep. It was a Friday, by the way. I forgot to mention that. So Saturday morning, you wake up.
Uh, put on a fresh pair of clothes, and head out to the living room.
So nobody's in the living room.
And go. Is it typical for Anna to still sleep? Oh, is that the front door?
Someone's
Sir,
knocking at the door.
I beeline to the door. Is there a peephole or a who
Yeah.
is it?
Yep. You peep through that and you see nobody.
I slowly open the door.
So you realize the reason you saw nobody is because there's a boy at the door who is well below your eye line. And he's kind of scrawny looking, um, kind of pieced together clothes. So this wasn't nobody bought him an outfit. He's got a shirt, he's got a pants, he's got a jacket on. And he's holding this uh brown package. So it's like a box that's wrapped in brown paper. He goes, delivery.
Yes. For who?
And he pulls the card from his jacket and he goes, this is for the concerned young gentleman who lives here. Are you the concerned young man that lives here?
Yes.
Okay. Here. And
Let me
he kind of,
grab it.
we don't need a psych roll for this. Like, this thing is a hot potato. He's like, here. And shoves it like physically into your stomach.
Who told you to drop this off, little boy?
Oh, hey, man, yeah, man. That's like delivery confidential, right? Like I'm paid like just to deliver it. I'm not supposed to like give information and stuff.
Would a time period amount of money make you? Yeah, I was gonna say a dollar, but I was like, is that enough? Is that too much? A quarter?
Sure.
A
What?
shekel? I don't know. A lira?
A pound?
A pound? Yeah.
um, let's do this. Let me start with a psychology roll first.
Gotcha. Yeah. Let's see if I notice something. I blew my wad earlier. I'm sorry, Craig.
That's all right, man. All right, so now, so you pull out a dollar, which is like legit, right? Let's do a persuade with advantage. So you'll gain it. I think it's a extra die. I forget how the terminology is in Call of Cthulhu. When you click
Persuade.
on it, it gives you an option. I think to add a die.
Bonus die plus one.
Hmm. Bonus die. That's what it is. Ooh, nice. He goes, oh yeah, yeah. He snatches the dollar out of your hand. He goes, I was at the Hotel Astoria, and and this woman in the kimono gave me the package. But dude, don't tell. She tipped me a lot more than this. So don't say anything. And like it's got to be important, right? Because the guy outside wanted it too. So here,
Oh,
just like I don't want it. You just take it.
all right. Uh, 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 Thank you, little guy. I'd recommend you stay away from the Astoria Hotel. Astoria?
Hey man, it's like there's like a back door because I don't want to fucking deal with that guy.
Uh, yeah. I'll actually let you use the fire escape out the window because New York City has those. So I'm gonna let him come through the house and go down the window and go the
Appreciate it,
back
man.
way.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So
No, thank you.
take him over there, push the window up. He goes out the window and he goes down the fire escape. So you've got this package, and the card that he was reading off of literally says to the concerned young gentleman who lives here, and there's no from. And as you turn back to like where the kitchenette counter is there, you see two notes. Actually, you see one note, but there's two handwritings on it. The top note is from Lucas. It says, "Hey guys, dad called me. I need to come into the office for a little while. I'll be back after lunch." And then below that, it says in Anna's handwriting, "Curtis needed to go for a walk. I'll be back before lunch." And you're holding the package.
I'm a reporter. I'm curious like a cat. That's why my friends call me Whiskers. Um,
That's
yeah,
why
that's
my
an
friends
SNL
call
joke.
me
Yeah.
Whiskers.
Sorry, I know that broke. I'm gonna kind of ponder that box. I'm gonna go sit down, kind of put it on the table. Kind of, I'm gonna slowly start opening this box. And see what the heck is in
So
it.
slowly start opening. There's two ways to open this, right? It's all taped up. It's wrapped in brown paper, which is a very common thing. There is. I'm trying to open it so nobody can tell I opened it, or I'm opening it.
Oh, I'm
Those are
opening it. Yeah,
okay.
I don't care about if people know it. Yeah, yeah.
So you tear open the box, and there's a nondescript wooden box under the paper. And at the very top of it, give me just 1 second.
Ooh, we have a picture.
At the very top of the box, you can see these Chinese characters. The box itself is definitely handcrafted. And it's about the size of maybe 3 shoe boxes, so the length of a shoe box, but 3 shoe boxes wide. You can see that there's elaborate wooden hinges on the back of it. There's no kind of lock or anything. So it's not like an artifact box, right? But it is a handcrafted wooden box.
I'm gonna slowly open this box.
So it gives you a little bit of a fit at first. It's not locked though, and it takes a little bit of more effort than I think you anticipated, and you kind of press, and then it gives suddenly, and you realize it's the craftsmanship, right? That this was built so well that it was snug as it was shut, and it just took a little bit of effort. Pop it open, and inside this box, it is something's oval shaped in kind of this beautiful kind of lavender silk sack. You can tell the sack is not empty. The lining of this box is like a very soft fabric that extends to the inside of the cover of the box.
I'm gonna keep digging.
So open the bag.
Open the bag.
So you lift up this thing that's inside the box, and it's got a weight to it. Um, at least, like suddenly you realize the reason the package was heavy. Initially, you thought it was because of this beautiful wooden box, right? But as soon as you pick up this thing in the box, you realize that was half the weight. That wasn't just the box, right? That half of the weight was whatever's in your hands right now. And you at the top, it is tied with kind of this woven, beautiful rope. And you untie the rope and pull open this sack, and you reach your hand inside and you pull it out, and 2 pieces of paper fall into the box face down. And in your hand is this smooth, it's not made of porcelain, but it looks porcelain, white face. It's a mask. And it's staring directly at you with its empty eyes. And it's got a very elegant nose. It's got a slightly open mouth like this, but the mouth has teeth. It has these black onyx teeth on the top and the bottom, and empty eyes. And you pull it out, and it doesn't startle you, Curtis, but it gives you pause.
Hmm.
So you're holding it in your hand. It's about 3/4 of the way out of the bag. 2 pieces of paper fell inside of the case, and you see the front of the mask staring at you with its empty eyes.
Uh, I think seeing the papers fall down, I see it's a mask. with some funky teeth. I'm gonna let the mask go back in the bag while I look at these two pieces of paper one at a time, whatever's easiest to pick up.
Yeah, sure. So they're two different sizes. One is kind of this white, and it's got more Chinese symbols or Japanese. You really don't know. You just know, that this is uh, it's not a Latin based language, right? This could be
Hmm.
Chinese, could be Japanese. But the other one says this: It is best to make decisions quickly. You have until tonight. The price is high, but it's worth it. Signed P. I need a luck roll. Look at you saving all your shitty rolls for later.
Yeah, I know. I'm not too happy about that, but it is what it is.
You hear keys hitting the front door.
Um, I'm instantly going to start putting the papers back in the box, um, and try to put the. I know I'm going to get caught anyway, but I'm going to start putting this stuff back as quickly as possible.
The door opens. It's Lucas. And he goes, "What the hell is that?"
Lucas, this is. I think this is what I heard. Some young boy just dropped this off at me with no
Did it have your
information
name on it?
whatsoever. It said to concerned person. I assumed it was me because I was concerned about Anna. I don't. I recognize that this isn't mine. I apologize. All I saw was this bag. This
I
is
need a
all I've
fast
seen is this
talk.
bag.
I need a fast talk.
Oh my god, I can't click it fast enough. Where's my fast talk? Oh no. Oh no. Heyo.
You're telling me you th- what did you see?
I just saw this bag and I felt the bag in
Give it to me. Give it to me. Close it right now. Don't look in the bag. Just give it to me.
I hand it straight over to Lucas.
And he grabs the card that like on the torn paper and he looks at it and he goes, because it verifies exactly what you told him, right? That it wasn't addressed to him. He goes,
Mhm.
"Did you look inside this?"
No, I only saw the nice looking bag, and I
You
kinda
didn't look in the
realized it's
bag.
not for me. No, why would I look in the bag? You just saw me in the middle of trying to open this thing. I don't know or what this is, but it's clearly not mine.
He sees the paper on the floor, the one that was written in English that you didn't have time to get back in the bag. He picks it up, puts it in his pocket, and he walks directly to his room.
I go over and try to knock. I'm a nosy neighbor. Uh,
What?
"Lucas, is everything okay?"
He cracks the door open and looks and he goes, "What is your deal? Why are you in my shit?
"The way
Like
you're
you're opening
reacting to me."
packages and like you're listening to doors? Like, dude,
"Lucas, it's clear something's going on, and I'm worried about you."
it's
I
n-
I
I'm fine. This is none of your business." And man, like I would I don't ask you questions. I don't ask you for rent. I don't ask you for shit. And like I like the one thing that's like mine, and you're all up in my business, like listening to my conversations, opening my packages. Like, what the hell?
You're right, Lucas. You're right. I'll just know I'm here as a friend, and if you need me, please let me know. I'll butt out. I promise. I'm sorry. Just
Slams
let.
the door, doesn't let you finish, slams the door.
I
As
look
that
down and
door
say, "What a dick."
slams, you hear the keys trying to open the door and realizing that the door isn't locked, opens up and Anna's there. She's dressed for her morning walk, which she always does every morning. So when you saw her right at the bottom, I'm going for my morning walk, you knew exactly what that is. It's something she loves to do, is to walk around Brooklyn near the shore, or by the river, I should say. And she comes back and is Lucas back yet?
Yeah, he's in his room, dealing with some business stuff. How was your walk, Anna?
It was good. Like, I saw what you did, and both you and Lucas, like, who knows what would have happened. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. How you feeling about your performance tonight? Are you ready for what you've got to do tonight for your audition?
So, like, Lucas told me it was super important that I talked to all these people, and I didn't I just started and like, I was starting to feel comfortable because they were being really nice, and then, like, that crazy person burst in, and, um, I don't know, I maybe we should cancel. Maybe, like, the next time, the next time, the Turner's in town, maybe I can audition then, like,
No, Anna, no, 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 no. I've got to stop you there. No, this is your time to shine. They saw what they saw, and I think you made a great impression, even if it was just for a little bit. You held yourself well. You've got all the backing from all these people. I think you're right in your initial assessment. Do what you do. Your
E
voice speaks for itself.
Emily says Emily says it's gonna be close, that there's a lot of really talented people that are gonna be there. And she says that she feels good about me, but that I really need to, like, really kill it tonight, and I don't know if I can.
Um, can I try to persuade her in a way that tries to make her feel better and realize,
Yeah. Yeah, in
yeah,
fact, I'll give you a bonus die on that because you guys have a history.
right. Yeah, we do. Sorry.
Yeah, we do.
No, we
And
don't.
even with a bonus die, you fail.
Yeah.
I I
So I
I'm
think
I'm gonna tell Lucas I'm gonna tell Emily, I'm gonna c we're I'm gonna go downstairs and call Emily, and just tell her I'm not gonna come. There's just no way I'm ready.
I instantly stop and say, Lucas, Lucas, Anna's here. She needs uh come here real quick.
So, I don't know why, Curtis, it feels like it took longer than it should have, but he comes out. "What? Oh, you're back.
I kind of look at him and say, "Oh, you're back."
What? What do you guys need?"
Uh, Looking for a little support for Anna. She's considering not going to her audition tonight.
So he walks over to her. In a way, he does something you've never seen him do before. He grabs her arm in a way that, like, is so uncharacteristic, and he goes, "You're auditioning tonight." I okay, I just don't think I'm ready, Lucas. Curtis, you're auditioning tonight.
Does it seem that he's trying to do it for her own good or for his own good? Or is that a psychology
So we're not
roll?
gonna do a roll here. What I'll tell you,
Okay.
though, Nick, is that you have never seen him lay hands on her, and you can see him gripping her arm. And it
So he's passionate about,
yeah,
like, you need to go.
and though it's never created friction between the 3 of you. Lucas has feelings, right? Like,
Hmm.
Lucas has feelings for Anna. And yeah, this is weird, dude. This is weird. There's no role needed. Like, this is so uncharacteristic of Lucas. He is total alpha right now and is normally super beta. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're auditioning tonight.
And he's right. You need
She
to
starts crying.
audition. Anna, we'll be there for you. We will be there for you. This is your time to shine.
Look, look. Hey, Curtis, can you, I don't know, get us some bagels or something? Go down to the bodega and like get us something. Anna, come here. Come into the room real quick. Um, uh, okay. Uh, and she doesn't quite know what to do, and
Mhm.
you could tell she's looking at you. Coda, thanks for the sub gift. She's looking at you like for she is lost right now. She's looking to you for direction. He
Um,
firmly has his hand on her arm.
Although I know that it's a little strange, I think I'm interpreting everything as him being passionate about getting her to go. I'm gonna say, Anna, it's okay. I'll go get bagels. I'll go get your favorite with your favorite spread, and uh, I'll get you a coffee and a whatever. I'll get you your favorite.
Okay. Do we have to go in your? Just come with me. Okay. Okay. All right. Can you get locks for my bagel?
Yes,
Okay. All right. And they vanish into his room. What do you do?
I'm gonna. Oh, my character thinks, yeah, I'm gonna go down to the bagel store and come back.
So, great bagel shop that you go to all the time around the corner, and go there. They know you by name, and as you're starting to spiel the order, the Eastern European guy in his thick accent says, that, Curtis, I have it, of course. Knows exactly what type of bagel you like, what type of bagel Lucas likes, knows to put locks on Anna's, puts it all together, um, rudely, without any type of like, unapologetically, like pushes aside one of the other customers to like make sure you're taken care of, and it puts it together, and like you're a local and a townie, and you guys have a good relationship. You've always treated him well, and he takes care of you. So you take the bagels and you get back up to the door of the apartment or of the brownstone.
All right. Head on in, and anybody in the living room?
It's empty.
I'll go to the Lucas's room.
Before you get there, the door opens
Ah,
and Anna walks out. So you two have a history, and um I think it's about 3 times now that you have tried to be more than friends. I think the first time it was her decision to, like, cool things off. The second time it was your decision, to cool things off. The third time it was mutual. You're like, "You know what? We've tried this." And, your feelings for her have always been more sisterly, you realized, than romantic, and you cherish her, you're protective of her, you really give a shit about her. Um, and I think what really may have pushed you over the edge is when Lucas became part of the picture, because you two had gone back and forth before Lucas ever appeared. And you're a dude, right? You're a guy. You could quickly figure out that, you may your friendship with Lucas was an afterthought. Like, Lucas was all about Anna and and a cup of tea, right?
hmm.
So, but you never felt jealousy. You could tell Anna was not interested in Lucas that way, but like times when Lucas would pursue her, you were confident enough and just knew, like, I think for you, Curtis, you would be the best man in their wedding, right? Like like, but you also know that's not what Anna wants. So the door opens to Lucas's room and Anna walks out. Holy shit, dude. She is gorgeous. Same clothes as before. Same clothes that she was wearing when she left. Her hair's the same. You get a feeling that overcomes you of more. I need to give her more. I need to be more for her. I need to be better for her. And even when you guys were storybook in love, having picnics in Central Park, even when you told your mom that you met the one, you never, ever had the feelings you have for her that you feel right now. And that door opened. We're going to go to credits. We'll be back. How you doing, man?
Wow. Um, wow. This one-on-one session, awesome. I can't lie. I am stoked about what we've done today and where this is going. Just
Yeah,
as
did
a
it? It's. I am struggling a little bit because I feel like it's way too much the Craig show. Which if you watch me GM, I like throwing the spotlight around. I feel like I don't know. So let me preface that. I've had a blast, but does it feel like the Craig show to you?
not at all. Not at all because for as much as I'm enjoying what I think you're interpreting the Craig show to be is giving me the lay of the land, the uh you know the the situation and the decision, giving me the opportunity to make decisions where I need to make decisions and ask questions and dive in. I mean, especially on session one. I mean, there wasn't a big session zero for this like we're used to.
Yeah.
Um, this was important to build the relationship between these characters and introduce. This reminds me of episode one of like Game of Thrones, where you're like, bam, a word vomit of last names and family lineage, and you go, this is not for me. But I not but this is helping me get used to all the characters and the names and the people and start building towards something that is that you have in mind. So with a session one, I think this is perfect.
So let's start with Curtis's mindset and first of all, great live interaction. Everybody in the chat, thank you a ton. I would love for you guys in the chat to post any questions for me and Nick if you have it. So Nick, for you, first let's talk about Curtis.
Yep.
Curtis walks in and Nick knows there's a gap between what Curtis is feeling right now and the reality of the situation, but Curtis doesn't. Um, when he was walking back to the brownstone with the bagels, can you give me a sense of his mindset before he was just awestruck by the beauty that is Anna?
I think he's slowing down on his questioning of his friend Lucas. I think he knows he's stepped maybe a little bit too far in, which has gotten his nose cracked a few too many times in the reporting side.
Right.
And although he knows something's kind of funny, like something's different, he's trusting his friend uh, uh, maybe a little bit too much right now. Um, and so yeah, I think him kind of trying to be humble, not humble, but kind of laying back to this new alpha he's seeing, to kind of let him run the show for a second and kind of observe and realize he's stepped too far.
So I'm gonna give you some credit here, Nick, because the easy RP choice you could have made was for Curtis to press the issue, because I know Nick knew something's going on with Lucas, right? This is bullshit. But I thought it was very cool of you from an RP standpoint to say, like, this is my friend. And like you knew you went out of bounds when you put your ear to the door. Like you knew you were going out of bounds when you opened up the package because you knew it wasn't your package. And so credit to you, man, for like saying like Curtis would be like, fuck, like I'm treating these people like they're like part of my investigative reporting and these are my friends. And so hats off on that because I think a lesser RP would have taken the easy route and you didn't. And I think it was the better route for what's happening. So credit on that.
I appreciate that.
Um, but let's get out of Curtis's head and let's go back to the door flies open. There is the madame there. I want to know, can you walk me through Nick's mindset? So, what thoughts you had, what ideas you had, what changed your mind, or what new information influenced your thoughts, and where Nick is today?
Yeah, absolutely. So my initial response was, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm still kind of in mothership mode. I'm thinking, oh, I have one more frag grenade left, and I've got a empty pulse rifle on my back, and 2 rounds in my SMG. But I'm thinking, I had to go. Okay, I'm here to make sure Anna does well, and I've got this connection to her. I need to make sure she's safe. Um, while trying to protect her, and knowing that I can't protect her, I try to talk my way out of it. Um, and taking a step back from just trying to brawl with this guy, because that's one thing that I've learned to love with this genre, and now learning to love about Call of Cthulhu, is it's not a fighting system,
Yeah,
combat system, although it can happen. It's an investigative system and it's a RP system. And uh, I had to kind of check myself a few times to go, wait a minute, no, I'm not going to try to tackle this guy. I'm not going to try to punch him. And it worked itself out and made for a better story. And so that was my mindset, was initial, like, oh, load gun, fast action, and then shoot. Uh,
right.
but
Roll
that's
initiative.
not right, exactly. But that's what I love about this so far. And this is my first session of any Call of Cthulhu campaign, and this is fantastic. I'm loving it.
So, like system wise, it's different than Fear itself, but like you got a feel for this genre with Fear itself.
Mhm.
Even though there's differences between Fear itself and this. But so I need it from a meta standpoint. Uh, what's what's the deal with Madame? What's the deal with Lucas? Is there something else going on with Anna?
So the whole time with Madame, I'm thinking, I don't know if you've seen the new Resident Evil game that came out. Uh, you kind of described this lady almost verbatim, of this floating, crazy, tall, slender woman. I'm trying to remember her name, but I'm thinking that the whole time, like, oh my god, this lady's creepy. Kind of reminds me of Kirio from uh, Malifaux, and but I think there's something funny going on with this house, obviously, and there's something going on tonight that's major that I need to be aware of, because I've read that note. As my characters read the note, so I need to be observant of that. Lucas, I think I'm trying to. as a character, I'm trying to make sure, or as a player, I'm trying to make sure my character makes those decisions according to where his
Yeah,
mindset
but put
is.
Curtis to the side. I like Nick the player.
Oh, as the player, I think Lucas is in some shit. And there's something afoot going on, and uh, I'm excited to see what
Well,
happens.
bet
Like,
a dollar. I want some theories, man.
um, knowing I mean, I've played a lot of Eldritch horror games and Cthulhu games and whatnot. I'm imagining there's a cultist somewhere, and there's a group of things that are happening, and there's trying to summon somebody from the underworld, or the King in Yellow or something. But um, uh, there's something major happening tonight. Or there's a Arkham Horror LCG campaign about something kind of similar like this, and my mind's wondering if it's going that route, and it's I can't think of it right now, but I'll have it for next episode. But yeah, some I don't know if tonight's singing is going to be a ritual of some kind, or if there's going to be masks being worn that are laced with, not laced, but something um, Cthulhu esque. Um, so anyway, that's where my mind's going.
So you're suspect of Lucas, and fast forward to 2 or 3 episodes later, we're done with this thing, and you find out what the whole thing is, right? I If you were to guess right now, what percentage of understanding does Lucas have, right? So is Lucas a dupe? Is he the mastermind? Like, that's the range, right? Like, so you're suspect on
Right.
Lucas, and I want to get a sense of where you think Lucas is.
I think he's a dupe. I
Mm,
think he's there as a means to an end from somebody else. I think he is either A, trying to prove his worth to his dad and following through with a task of some, you know, uh, cult that his dad might be part of, or um, he's just in over his head and he's been convinced to do something that he will eventually regret agreeing to. I don't know if he's fully. I don't think he has that full nefarious like idea that he's gonna put Anna in danger.
mhm.
I don't think he knows the whole story.
All right, Anna, where is she on that spectrum?
Right now, I think she's innocent in all of it. I don't sense anything different from her right now. I think she's
So she wasn't wearing a mask. I was very deliberate in in my explanation to you. Um, you were
Mhm.
overwhelmed by that. Like, I'm interested, like, how you're. What does this information tell you as Nick?
I don't know yet.
Okay, that's
Part of
good,
me wonders if the me uncovering the mask had put something in my head, like a little pep in my step to think like, "Oh, this, you know,
right? Because you touched the mask.
yep." Um, that's the only thing that could have changed, that could have potentially changed my demeanor from point A to point B, unless the weird bagel guy is in on it, but I doubt it. Um, so that's kind of where my mind's at with that.
All right. So, where is Madame de Tasson in all of this for you, Nick, the
I almost
player?
think I think she's almost the ringleader. Like
Mm.
she's the spearhead of the organization, or at least the effort for the organization or cult or whatever it might be.
Whatever the fuck's going on, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's kind of the spearhead of the effort.
All right. So Coda has a really good question in the chat. Coda asks, following on Nick's understanding of the system, Nick, do you like success or failure better? So when you roll, like, you want to succeed, right? When you roll, but as a like role player, what do you like better, when you succeed or when you fail?
To be honest, I have not thought of it
Good
until
question.
now. It's a great question. Yeah, so kudos on the question. And at first it's like, oh, it's to succeed, but that's me being greedy, wanting to roll well and try to achieve that goal.
The war
But
gamer in you.
the war gamer, yes, exactly. And especially since I'm terrible at rolling. Um, but the the story driven part, which is what I'm kind of more after now, especially evolving over the past what 2 years since
Yeah.
I've joined your Third Floor Wars cult. Um,
It's
is
Empire. Third Floor
it's
Wars Empire.
Empire. That's right. Yeah, yeah,
Media Empire.
yeah. Coupon code Nick Westbrook. Remember that.
Get the mug.
Um, get the mug. Uh, I think the failed roles offer a better story, and even talking with Robert from our Star Wars campaign about really focusing on the story
Yeah.
makes me a better player. Like, what would be the better storytelling occurrence or thing to happen or thing to do? Right? You lean into your character, not try to min max as a board gamer. You try to what would that character do, even if it's the bad decision or the wrong decision, or it might cause you to have to respin up a character later down the road. It is what it is.
So, so Coda give you a nice compliment in the chat. He says you play like a natural, sir.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
it's kind of neat to let go a little bit, right? To say, I'm not rolling to win. I'm rolling to find out. So in the last 2 years, as you've played different games, some with us, a lot of it with us, but some games
Mostly, yeah.
outside of us, when did you start to realize that I'm not rolling to succeed? I'm rolling because I want to find out what's next. When do you think that may have happened?
I think it happened in Fear itself, and I think that had to do with the tension and the switch from, like, heavy combat focused with some narrative from the Star Wars to straight investigative narrative with, "Oh, shit, you gotta fight, you're probably gonna die." Like,
Mhm.
you that's when it was like click lights on. And um I did a episode with game store dropouts, and we talked about this moment where I really had this change in my perspective, and it was when Shadika, I hope you're still on. Hi. It was our moment where I closed that door and tried to protect you to go after this monster that was in the house. It was self-sacrifice because that's what my character Randall would do in
Yeah,
that moment, regardless if it meant it was my last episode with the crew that I learned to love outside of the game and in the game.
yeah,
Um, it was that moment, and it made for a great narrative
it did.
storytelling element. And luckily, I survived long enough. Thank you, Craig, for the rest of the session and the rest of the
Yeah,
season.
thank me. You rolled well after that. Yeah, so first of all, like the only reason Shadika is not on every single one of my broadcasts is because like she has a full-time job. But Dika is just an amazing role player. And I felt like the connection you made as players, she was contagious for you. Like I saw that where you turned the corner and you kind of realized like this isn't like like when we say role playing game, it's not a game, right? It's not us trying to um win, right? It's a really interesting shared storytelling and the relationship. And Dika's got a gift because the relationship that she built with you as a player and as a character was a huge jump for you as a role player. And I saw her do the same thing in our Call of Cthulhu that Brian ran. She has this ability to inspire like a level of role playing that's just fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Shadika, you're just amazing. So now that you have this new perspective, what does that change the type of games you wanna play, or does it change you wanting to run game like, because that's a big shift. That was a big shift
Mhm.
when I realized, like, I'm not rolling to succeed, I'm rolling to find out what happens next. Did that change your perspective at all or, like, what you wanna do
Yeah.
next?
Yeah, 100%. It really did, and it really changed my focus on, if it's not trying to succeed in combat, and it's about storytelling and a shared story, it makes you realize that uh, you're more invested in your fellow players than you are the system or the environment. Like, you
Yeah,
may have pet peeves on, like, oh, I don't want sword and sorcery and I want X, Y, or Z. But if you're sitting around a bunch of randos that you have nothing in common with, that you don't mesh with, and it's just it is what it is, that's not as fun as getting to know your party or
yeah.
playing with friends and people you have some emotional investment in with. And yeah.
Alright, so last question. What do you know now about Curtis that you didn't know 2 hours ago?
Um, I I think I underestimated his connection to Anna. How strong of a connection that actually was. Being off and on again is one thing, but it sounds like these two are soulmates that haven't understood or come to a realization that they are, and they're going through the motions because other priorities are and other things are kind of diluting their decision making. And so I think that connection and that focus, especially after whatever happened on the way back, I think that's going to be a heavy focus for the next session too.
All right, so pulling from Sean from Gaming and BS, stars and wishes. We can't really do stars because I'll give you the star and you give me the star. But
Yes.
let's talk about wishes. As a player, what do you wish to happen next session, next episode?
So I think you and I probably are aligned on this. With how much we world built and created the kind of base of structure and all the people that are in play. I'd like more opportunity for decision making. To be like, what do you do? And go, oh, I want to go check out the foyer, and it's like there's nothing there. That's okay. It is what it is. But have those options. Right now, it was kind of linear because we had to be linear, but I like the idea of this open idea, especially going into this next stage of like, what do you do? How do we go and see more of this story and focus on maybe more of the details in this environment that you create and tell.
Awesome. All right, guys, this was a ton of fun. Appreciate it, man.
Well, this was a blast. Thank you.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.